Hi, good morning. My name is Joss Morton. I am a 20-year-old failure at life. Just kidding. And I'm doing a little makeup tutorial today because I've been doing my makeup for about like 10 months. I'm a trans girl, so this is like very new to me, but I've been pretty serious about improving and like making progress and stuff. So I get a lot of people who are like, how do you do your makeup? Like, your makeup looks so good, yada yada. So I'm making a little tutorial just to like, help out other people who might, be curious how I do my makeup personally or how generally like makeup gets done. I will say this is a rather involved makeup look, so if you're not looking for like full glam, this is probably not the move. I might upload another video that's like a more subtle daily look, but this is what I've been wearing like kind of recently, and I'm excited to show it to you. So let's get to it. My first step of doing my makeup is putting my hair up in a little ponytail so my hair doesn't get in my face. Also, I just want to say, like, this is gonna be kind of half get ready with me, half tutorial, I guess. Which, I guess some get ready with me's already are that, but like, this is not gonna be edited, because, like, I don't really know how to edit. So, yeah, this is gonna be very much loose and probably about half an hour in length, honestly. So feel free to like skip through and see what I'm doing at different points, because I can just about guarantee you this ain't gonna be too cohesive. So that's my hair up, looking snatched. I don't know. And so now we're gonna do foundation. That is the next step. So I use this Covergirl Outlast foundation, and works well for me. I used to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but like that got, I don't know, it's like there's only one shade that like most white people buy and it's like ivory. It's like 110, and lo and behold, at my predominantly white university, I shouldn't look in this, I have a mirror over here, I'm gonna keep talking while I look in this mirror. Yeah, lo and behold, at my predominantly white university, all the ivory was out. Crazy. I'm gonna blend this real quick. Enjoy the silence for a second. So yeah, I'm just blending. Basically, I'm applying foundation on the outer corner of my eyes, because I'm gonna put a lighter shade on the inner corner. Around my lips, and I actually put a little bit on my forehead, which I was not supposed to do, but we'll just blend her in anyway. I also plan to put a lighter shade around there, so I'm kind of going off the rails low-key, but it's okay. This looks absolutely wild. Yeah, let's just blend the top. Yeah, that's not really noticeable, so that should be fine. I'm gonna add some more around my mouth area, because I said this to someone and I felt so weird about it, but I low-key have like these, I think most people do, I have like a little bit of discoloration around the corners of my mouth, and I compared it to like one of those gross like white dogs who have like the brown like streaks in their fur, and I felt like low-key embarrassed because the person was like, wait, like what'd you just say? But I think it's a great analogy. I think it fits. Okay. This step should be about done. Oh, and then I also do, on my eyelids, I do foundation too, because I have dark circles for one, and two, it cancels out any, it just provides a good base for eyeshadow, which I use extensively. So, also if I have nose hair, hey, don't talk about it actually. Actually don't comment, because that will make me really depressed. Cool. That's that eye. And then I'll do this one real quick, and then we'll get to the next step. I promise you that. Oh, and that's a little bit more than the other side, so I'm just gonna balance them out by putting some back on the other eyelid. The amount of coverage on the eyelid really doesn't matter. I usually just put like a small dot on my beauty blender. Oh my god, also, did not even mention, this is a really gross, I've seen gross, right, but this is my gross Real Techniques beauty blending sponge, or makeup blending sponge. It doesn't blend beauty, that's not what it does. And it's great, it's like my favorite thing. I use it for all of my blending, so would recommend. Next, I'm gonna be doing my lighter foundation color. So this is like what's changed about my makeup recently. I watch a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. It's kind of like my favorite show. That's not true, but it's a comfort show for sure. And drag queens have this way of doing their foundation, I guess, where they put a lot of like light, almost like white foundation on the center of their face. So like kind of here, here, and then here. And it gives them this look on stage of like a spotlight like coming down, and like it like brings focus to like the center of the face, and it's really, really cool looking. Especially on season 16, there's this queen named Morphine. She does it in Plain does it really well too. But with that rambling said, I've been doing the center face highlight, and I'm not sure if it's like a normal thing that people do with makeup, but it's been working really well for me. And it looks crazy at first, but it ends up looking like really cute. So I'm gonna do it. You should be able to kind of see how I do it. I'm gonna be doing it in my mirror, but you'll see. Yeah, I just do a little bit there. See? A little bit here. And then I do down the nose and a little bit on the top. So this is what I do. And then I blend it out. And it gives me a nice little like highlighted, you'll see. I'm gonna not talk while I'm blending this, because this is like really important, but I'll be right back whenever it's blended. Okay, so I did, oh no, I don't know how that got up there. Let's just swipe that away. What the fuck happened? Sure. Yeah, so I did my nose and the forehead, and I'm just gonna do these corners. I also wanna add, blending foundation in and of itself is a skill. And if at first you're not great at it, don't worry. It does get easier rather quickly. It just takes time, like everything else related to makeup, and honestly, like every other skill on this earth. So, back to blending. I guess I could talk about other topics while I do my makeup, like some of the reasoning why I care about makeup so much, or like stuff like that. It's a bit personal, but maybe it would be interesting to hear and relatable for some of you. Also, my heater just kicked on. I'm gonna turn that off in like half a second. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good. It's a little concentrated around like the corners of my eyes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little bit, I'm gonna blend it just a little bit more. Because it really shouldn't be, it's not subtle, like the technique is not subtle, but it should look like light, you know? It shouldn't look splotchy or uneven, which clearly I'm not doing a great job at. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna keep blending it a little bit more and then pray that like as we go further along it gets less noticeable. Because another thing too, my under eye skin is extremely thin and like not very pigmented, so a lot of the times like the foundation I put over my under eyes just automatically appears more white because that's how, you know, it has less redness to compete with. So anyway, I think that's good. I might honestly, I think this like illustrates the point pretty well of like what I'm trying to go for. So I honestly might just call that good and move on, because we ain't trying to be here all day. So yeah, I'm gonna turn my heater off. Yoink. And let's move on. So next I do my eyebrows, which, very important step. Whenever I first started doing makeup, I was like, why would you do your eyebrows? Like, why aren't your eyebrows good the way they are? And then I realized just how much a structured and like solid eyebrow can improve your appearance. So I've started trimming my eyebrows. Obviously you can see that they're like shaped. I did this myself, and yeah. So for eyebrows, I use this brush. It's like an angled brush. And then I use this really old Jaclyn Hill palette that I got from my mother. And specifically, I use this shade. And I use this shade for eyeshadow, which I'll be doing in a second, but I use that shade for my eyebrows. So I just tap on like the smallest quantity possible, like a micro dose of eyeshadow. And I can probably do it in the camera. Yeah, I do it very, very light, because, you know, it's pretty easy to add eyeshadow to your eyebrows, but it's a little bit more difficult to wipe it away and reshape. It's actually not that hard, but I just like to get it right the first time because I prefer to be efficient with my makeup, or lean on the side of efficiency, because it does not always happen for me as a sufferer of the condition that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Yeah, that is something. Now let's do the other one. Yeah, if you want any advice on just like general eyebrow shaping, basically the main piece of advice I followed is like, if you want higher eyebrows, which for me, like, I'm trans, and most, you know, AMAB people have lower sitting eyebrows, so for me, the advice to follow was like, always trim from the bottom, or always pluck from the bottom. So your eyebrows are, you know, when they're fully plucked, are at the highest elevation they can possibly be. And that was really helpful for me because my brows sit pretty high now since I've like started, you know, taking care of them. And yeah. And then as far as like shape goes, I've been trimming my eyebrows for probably like as long as I've been doing makeup, maybe a little bit less time, so like 8 months. And it's honestly just a thing of like experimentation. You can probably look up online like different eyebrow shapes, but I just did something that felt good at first and have been like slowly modifying it since then. So yeah, I think those are good for my eyebrows. Honestly, I don't love a super, like my sister, Katie, she does really like artful blocked eyebrows. Not like the 2016 block brows, but like she does like the concealer underneath and like stuff like that. And it looks really, really good. I just don't do that because I'm lazy and I'm typically pressed for time whenever I'm getting ready for school in the morning. So yeah, those are my eyebrows. Next, we're gonna do eyeshadow. In my opinion, this is the most important step, so pay attention. I use this very paintbrush-esque brush. It's like a round brush. I don't know what else you'd call it. If you want to compare it to my beauty blender, it's pretty average sized. And yeah, there's no branding on it at all, so I actually can't tell you what this is. But yeah, I'm gonna try to talk through this as I go, and we'll see if this is helpful. You know, it's really funny, I actually forgot a huge step. So I need to set everything before I start doing eyeshadow. So I use, for my setting powder, this Wet n Wild Photofocus setting powder. It's almost empty, but Lord knows I'm gonna get every single morsel out of it that I can. So yeah, I use this like Trixie Cosmetics powder puff because I got it from her shop along with some other makeup, and I put just like a little tiny bit, and I do my eyelids first because that area is very important, and then I usually set this middle of my face, forehead, and then around the mouth. Just the areas that I really want to stay and that, you know, would look abysmal if they were greasy, or that tend to get greasy, like the forehead. So yeah, I honestly just pat it around, and then once it's distributed, or once I think it's distributed enough, I kind of just like pat it in rather aggressively. Yeah, that's that done. And then I'll do this side of my face. I don't bake. If you don't know what baking is, it's a process of leaving setting powder on the face in order to give a more bright appearance. At least that's like what I understand baking is. And I don't do it because I don't know how to. And I like my makeup how it is, so like I don't really see a ton of reason to start doing it, but hey, maybe it would like completely change the game. I don't know. I guess while I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit about what makeup means to me, because as a trans woman, it's a pretty heavy topic. Not heavy, but like, you know, got some weight to it. So yeah, I started my transition last year, around May. I think my egg cracked around February, so I was like sitting in it for about 3 months before I made the move. Largely because, you know, I was a late bloomer as is, thank God, but I could tell like male puberty was like rearing its ugly head, and like, you know, I was about to turn into a whole ass man if I didn't do something about it. So that kind of pushed me to transition rather quickly. I was advised to like wait by a lot of people, and I do kind of have regrets today that I didn't wait longer, because I think if I did I would be more sure, but at the same time I don't regret it, because if I would have waited longer I would be a lot less happy with my body and how I look and stuff like that. So I'm grateful I did it when I did. It's kind of just what I had to do. About the makeup component. Makeup to me was one of the very first things I did to feel feminine and to feel pretty. So I think in March probably, as I was like coming to terms with my transness and stuff, I went with a friend to Walgreens to just like get some basic makeup supplies. And I don't think I told her it was because I was like trying to be a woman. I think it was just like, hey, I want to start experimenting with makeup, which she was totally cool with. And so yeah, we went to Walgreens, got some basic makeup. I still remember all the parts of my makeup collection now that are from that day. And went home and I did this really like artsy, I think it was like blue, green, and yellow eyeshadow look. And it wasn't great, but doing it, I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, like I feel so pretty, and like it was also very creatively fulfilling to like do my makeup. And I was like, this is good. Like this is, it was just like a good indicator that I was on the right track with my transition and stuff, because like I said, things felt rather urgent for me because I was starting to like get facial hair and stuff, and I wasn't happy about that. I also do this. I was kind of going into automatic makeup mode, but I use a Q-tip to wipe the concealer and like powder from my lips, because they like that kind of stuff can give your lips a very pale, ghostly cast. And I'm gonna be putting on lipstick later, so I'm just gonna clear it off because we're done with powder. Okay, I think that's good. So now we're gonna do eyeshadow. So sorry about the misdirect there. I'm also gonna put timestamps in the comments because I can tell this is like rather scattered. Also, I am wearing a bra. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not doing this topless. Eyeshadow. Let's do it. Again, I use this brush. Round, small, whatever. And I use this brown shade in my Jaclyn Hill palette. So, let's get going on that. I just put like a pretty little amount on this brush, and I start, oh god, I think I need to do it in my mirror. You know, let's actually put my mirror over where my makeup is, so I'm closer. Yeah, that's better. Oh god. Okay, I do this corner first. I really push it in there and kind of blend it across my eyelid crease. So yeah, kind of push it in that, around that corner of the eye area, and then begin to blend it along my crease. And eyeshadow is one of those things that like just takes time to learn and takes time to get accustomed to. I think eyeshadow probably has been the thing that's taken the longest to learn for me in regards to makeup, just because it's so, I mean, you're playing with light and shadow, right? You're playing with the shapes of your face and the depth, or at least like the perceived depth of different parts of your face. So it takes time to like get good at that illusion, but keep at it, bud. And I think you can do it. Yeah, so the next step is just going into the crease. This is actually a great angle, and darkening it a lot. So yeah, go in there, darken it, and then once it's sufficiently dark, blend the top so you can't really tell where the shadow begins. Also, a lot of eyeshadow is blending. I personally don't find blending difficult, but for a while I really struggled with it just because I didn't know how important it was. So a lot of my very early makeup looks are like, for lack of a better term, busted, because I had no idea what I was doing with blending. So yeah, next up, I basically like to have the shadow go to like halfway across my eyelid. So I lost it. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Again, start in the corner and then kind of just shimmy across the eyelid. And we want this to be very blended, very smooth transition. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I might blend this up just a little bit more because it is coming across rather sharp of a transition. You know, I'll leave it like that for a second. Let's do the next step real quick, which is the under eye. So for the under eye, I just get the smallest amount of eyeshadow conceivable and just do basically right under, like the part right below my waterline, and then I blend it in with this eyeshadow. So very careful not to do too much. And I just try to connect it over here. Cool. I think that works. I think it's good. I'm gonna also add more eyeshadow over here because you don't want to make your eye crease really look like the Mariana's Trench. You want to make it look kind of extended and, you know, the goal is not to make your eye look tired, it's to give it dimension. Do I know what dimension means? Not really, but I know it when I see it. Yeah. So that's pretty much the eye. It's gonna look better with eyeliner, trust me. But real quick, I'm gonna do the other eye, because that needs to get done. While I'm doing this other eye, I am gonna talk about why makeup is important to me, because I was gonna get to that earlier and I never did. So, again, I'm a trans woman, and because of going through certain amounts of male puberty, I'm pretty dissatisfied with a lot of my appearance and a lot of my body, TBH. HRT has helped a lot, like a lot, in terms of like feminizing my face and feminizing my body and stuff, but still I'm at a place where I'm not satisfied with it. And will that satisfaction ever come if I don't find inner peace? Who knows? You know, I hope it does, but based on what others have said, it might not. But anyway, yeah, makeup has allowed me to like do art on my face, which is, I love art, I'm very creative, so that's been fine. But it's also given me a way to express my femininity in a very outward way, and in a very artistic way. And that's been really it's just meant a lot for me in terms of my transition and me discovering who I am and self-expression and stuff like that. And it's one of the easiest things. I mean, makeup's expensive, but it's not like clothes where, you know, one garment is gonna cost you like $50. Like I realize I use a pretty small amount of products actually in like my day-to-day. Like the number of products I'm gonna show you is not a high number. It's probably like 5, 6, 7 products. And then of course there's like tools as well, but not a lot of products. But yeah, that's why makeup is important to me. I'm trying to separate my self-worth from my appearance. Sounds bad, but when you're trans, and especially a trans woman, beauty is tied up so much in what the idea of womanhood is. And so when you are trying to be a woman, it can be pretty hard to not care a lot about your appearance. I mean, I know a lot of trans women who don't really care, and maybe that speaks to a certain level of inner peace that they have, but I find it very hard not to care. I really struggle with that, honestly, and I'm trying to get over that, but for the time being, I love doing my makeup, and it makes me really happy, so I'm kind of just sticking with it. Moving on, the next step is a little bit of shimmer, or like highlight on the inner eyelids. Because I just like how it looks, and it kind of, I don't know, you'll see how it looks in a second, but it gives a very cool appearance to the eyes. Where is that? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Did I have to look through my makeup drawer? No, I did not. Okay. Using this brush. It's basically like the last brush, but slightly rectangular. There you go. So I use, again, in this Jaclyn Hill palette, I use this shade, which is like kind of like a champagne shimmer type deal. And yeah, I put on a little bit. I'm actually pretty generous with this because it's fun to have a very bright inner eye, in my opinion. And I just go in right in the corner, trying to make sure to stay actually on the eyelid and not go onto the, go any higher than that. And then once I have the inside done, I just blend it a little bit over. And I like I said, I like a really bright inner eye. So I'm gonna do a second little amount there, and then also bring it down a little bit, because I like it to be a very bright moment, you know? In general, I think drawing attention to the center of the face and making the center of the face look illuminated is kind of what I aim to do with my makeup. And I achieve that, one, with this shimmer on my inner eyes, and two, with the pattern of foundation I do, where I do a lighter foundation in the middle of my face. Yeah, that's probably gonna be that for that. I think that's pretty adequate for what I like to do. And I guess now we can do eyeliner. Let's do eyeliner. Okay, so eyeliner is, where is my eyeliner? It's over here. Eyeliner is very hard at first. It takes a lot of coordination and takes a lot of practice to get good at. I've only very recently started to be able to get like consistent results with my eyeliner. So give it time, practice, I believe in you. This is a Wet n Wild Breakup proof eyeliner. It comes in like this like clamshell package. It's like black and pink, I think. It's liquid, and I'm gonna have it be completely silent while I do this because this does take a lot of focus, but you should be able to see pretty well, at least on my right eye, how I do this, and then I'll talk about it afterward too. So let's just go in, shall we? Okay, I think it's pretty good. It's a little low, but I think it works. So what I basically did is I attempted to do, it didn't really work, but I attempted to do a line that follows my waterline. So the bottom line is supposed to follow the waterline up, and then I do a line about a third of the way over on my top lid, connect it to that, going straight across my eyelid, because I do like a little batwing type moment, which is called that because it kind of resembles. This is not a great, maybe the other eye will be better, but yeah, I usually try to do a batwing type moment. Oh, and then basically I fill it in after I'm done with the two lines. So I'm gonna do the other eye. We're gonna see if it turns out better. And I'll show you. We'll see how that goes. Not a great start, but that's okay. Okay, and then sometimes if my eyeliner dries out, I just like wipe it on my mirror to like get it flowing. Okay. You know what? I wonder if Brittany Broski's ever met Dylan Mulvaney. That's just my little thought. I'm sure they have. They're both in California. They're both pretty high-level influencers. Yeah, that eye definitely turned out better. It's also giving Batwing a lot more, but I think it's fine. I'm also gonna touch this up a little bit just to try to give it a more Batwing-esque appearance. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. Let me try making the end just a little bit sharper. Yeah. Okay, not a very successful eyeliner. Not me, like, after doing this after I said I could do it consistently well. But it will do the job. It will do the job. Trust me, it will do the job. And that's it for eyes for now. I do mascara after I set everything because I find that to just be like easier and makes the mascara less prone to like smudging. So yeah, we're almost done. Next step is gonna be putting on blush. So I use this Maybelline Fit Me Blush in the shade, is this 40? I think it's like peach. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't say. Wait, it does. It says peach. Okay. And I use this very puffy brush to apply it. And I do, yeah, I just like do a very small amount and try to go in lightly because blush is one of those things that's incredibly easy to overdo. So yeah, if you're like new to blush, I'd advise just go like way slower than you think you need to go and be much more conservative because it's very easy to overdo it. But also, you know, a lot of blush can be a look too, so whatever you're going for, honestly, if it fits the kind of expression you want to do, like period, go for it. I just know, like, personally, I've gotten a lot more blush on than I'd like in the past. And it's been hard for me. It's been difficult. So yeah, that's the blush. I didn't really explain how I put that on, but I basically just put it on here and then blend it down and blend it up. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. And I do my nose too, because I think the like red like blush nose is the cutest thing in the world. So I just do a little bit of blush on my nose to give myself like, brr, I'm cold, like that kind of appearance. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh my god, I dropped my blush. Is it broken? It's not broken, thank god. Okay, so this is almost done. I want to pause here to say a lot of people will do some eyeshadow like here and then some nose contour also to give themselves a more like structured kind of look and add more dimension around the eyes and stuff, and also make the nose potentially like skinnier. I've experimented with that in the past and I do like it, but I'm kind of ambivalent about it. Just because I do like a very soft, like round look, and doing that kind of like defining can kind of harden it or just make it like too angular, and I don't really vibe with that. So anywho, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do obviously mascara and I'm gonna do lipstick after I set it. I'm just kind of making sure I don't want to add anything else. You know what? No, I think this is fine actually. I might blend, where'd my beauty blender go? It's over here. I might blend around my forehead a little bit more, just because I can kind of see the transition between the foundation and my skin shade. Yeah, I think that's slightly better. Yeah, that'll do. Still a little, it's that kind of spot there, I bet you can see, but it's fine. So yeah, this is it so far. Now I'm gonna set my face. So I use this e.l.f. Mist and Set setting spray. Looks like this. I love it. Comes in a little squeeze bottle. Super easy to use. Really, really cheap too, and it works great. I think I've been doing recently, I've been kind of really going for it with the setting spray, and I realized that it gives your skin, if you use the right amount, which I think is like quite a bit, it gives your skin a very skin-like appearance, which I think is the purpose. So I'm gonna do that. You can see how I apply this. It comes out in kind of like a line, kind of like a, I don't really know how to explain it. So you kind of have to like swipe it, but anyway, let's get to the point. Okay, so I look very wet, mostly because I am, and I use my makeup mirror to fan myself. Sorry if that's a little loud. This thing just like kind of likes to clap. So yeah, final steps. I'm gonna do mascara and I'm gonna do lipstick, and then we should be set. So for mascara, I use the Colossal Maybelline Waterproof Mascara. If you want to hear my philosophy on mascara, I'll be quick about it. I think there are two different types of formulas of mascara, and I actually have them both with me here. So this was the one I used for the longest time, and it goes on very thin. It goes on very natural, very liquidy, and you don't get a lot of volume out of it. But I think multiple coats work well for this. And taking it off is kind of like wiping, you know, how do I say this? Kind of like wiping off, you know, when you're wiping it off with like a makeup wipe, kind of like wiping washable marker off of like a desk or something. This likes to, it's a different formulation, and it is very kind of, I don't know, thicker and hardens whenever it dries. And it's very, like, if you touch your eyelashes after you put it on, it's like almost like crunchy or like crispy, which is a horrible way of describing eyelashes. And it builds also very well, but after about 2 coats, it starts to get very chunky and like kind of gross looking. So you have to be careful, and also the removal process is a lot more difficult because it, again, like it hardens on. So you kind of have to soak it to get it off. I could make an analogy there, but you know, I've said what I need to say. And yeah, I'm gonna put this on. I do not curl my lashes. I used to, sometimes I still do, but I don't really see the purpose. Definitely experiment with curling your own lashes, because I know I'm like in the unpopular camp when it comes to my lashes. Yeah, so I just do some swipes. It's turning out really, really well. Yeah, and then I do just a little tiny bit on the bottom, just to get some of those bottom lashes defined. So, yard, see how, like, how much like fuller that makes my eye look? It's kind of crazy what mascara can do. So I'm gonna do the other one. And yeah, with mascara, it's very easy to apply too much. So I'd say when you're starting, just, you know, when you put the applicator in, wipe it on the edges of the container to wipe off any excess. Because honestly, I like to keep some of the excess because it allows me to get more on the lash at once, and I can kind of distribute it. But still, sometimes when I do that, it gets too cakey, or I end up like getting a glob of mascara on like some part of my eye, like around my eye, and that's never fun because then you have to clean it up. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, do my lower lashes. Just a little bit, perfect. And yeah, that's my mascara. I also want to add here, a very easy thing to do when you're starting with mascara is like get globs of mascara kind of everywhere and not where you want them to be. And again, I say this for like the 3rd or 4th time. It takes practice. You get better at it. I think it took me a while, honestly, but you do learn how to not make a mess with different products. It doesn't feel like you will, but you will. You just have to stick with it. So, yeah, that is my mascara, and now I'm gonna do my lips. This is the last step, and this is also my favorite product. I love this product. It is, you can barely see the label anymore, but it's Maybelline Color Sensational Lipstick. and it's in the shade 275 Crazy for Coffee. This is like, in my opinion, a perfect mix between just like a red and kind of like a moody, like desaturated brown. And I love it. It's like my favorite. It's probably gonna look more red to the camera, and also because of the lighting in here, but it really does vary between a red and a brown, and that's like my favorite. I think it looks great. So I'm gonna put this on. How I do it, I usually start on this corner, go towards the middle on that side, and then for the upper lip, I go start on the edge, go in towards the top, and then I spend some time defining my Cupid's bow. Because I have a fairly strong Cupid's bow, so I like to just, you know, play around with that. I also don't overline really at all. Again, personal preference. Definitely experiment with that and see what you like to do. Cool. Okay, so that's like pretty good. Now I'm gonna do my Cupid's bow on the top. And for that, you can kind of tell the curvature of your lips based on how the light hits them, and I just kind of follow that and highlight that to the best of my ability. Period. Okay, so this is the look. This is me finished. I'll do some poses. So stupid. And yeah, this is pretty much has been like my daily-ish look for the past little bit. And yeah, I don't expect this to be like super useful because this is very full glam. Like, I would personally wear this to school, but that's because I am a unashamed makeup wearer. But if you want something more subtle, I would say if you want to follow this look still, maybe tone it down a little bit with the eyeshadow and eyeliner, and maybe do just like a lip gloss or even like a tinted lip balm. Could work well. But the rest of it I think is pretty fine. Yeah, that's my tutorial. I hope you enjoy. This video's gone on a lot longer than I thought it was going to. But alas, I hope this has been a rich and educational experience full of humorous anecdotes and all those types of things. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, either message me if you have my contact information, or leave a comment, because this is YouTube and that is what we do here. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!